Hello everyone. So in this video I am going to explain correlated subquery. So this is one of the important concept in a SQL server or any of the another database engine, because this when we must know the concept of correlated subquery, because this will help us to create to make a to solve multiple lot of business logics. So let's see how does it work. If subquery depends upon outer query for its value, then that subquery is called correlated subquery. Means when the subquery depends on value of outer subquery. So this one I will show you how does it depends on outer subquery with example. Next, moreover, a correlated subquery is executed repeatedly once for each row evaluated by outer query. The correlated subquery is also known as repeating subquery. It means like we have one outer query and subquery. So what was happening in normal subquery? Subquery was executing first, and then outer query was executing. Uh, but in the correlated subquery, what will happen? First outer query will execute, and for every row of outer query, subquery will execute. So this this is little bit costly and lengthy process inside the SQL server. So let me take a good example and then explain. I have taken this example. So this may be little bit complex. Even this is very little bit hard for me also to explain this logic. Okay, so let me break this code. Select the star from dim customer and select the star from factor tendency. So what will happen? So when I execute this correlated subquery, first dim customer will execute and will get this value. Query will return this value, but this will be not visible for us. But internally, first dim customer will execute, and then the subquery will start. So in the subquery, fact internet sale will execute. Let's see the value. So this will execute. Now what will happen? C dot customer key equal to F dot customer key. So for each value of customer key, like first value is 11,000. For each value of customer key, this subquery will execute. Like if I have how many count? 18,484 row in dim customer table, then this subquery will execute 18,484 times, because it has to execute for every row of outer query. Now how the compare is happening here? So let's see, where C dot customer key is equal to F dot customer key. So the first customer key is 11,000. So and in the fact internet sale we have the customer key. So it will compare with all customer key one by one. Just example, here it got matched, but after matching it will return the result. So if it's not match, again it will compare for every row till value does not get match. And when the value get matched, then again it will check this condition. So if this condition match and this condition match, means both the condition will match, then it means it will return a result, like any result. Instead of a star I can give 1. So if all the condition got matched, it will return one value. One means some value is existing in correlated subquery, correct? So it means the condition is true. True means condition is true. So the condition is true for this customer key 1100. So this 1100 will return as the output. Okay, now again the comparison will start. Means for row number 2, the value is 11001. Again this entire subquery will execute for row number 2, and again the customer key match will happening. If it's match and this condition will match, then this row will return then SQL Server will return this row as the output. If it's not match, means does not exist, so this row will not return as the output. So one by one the comparison will happen for every row of outer subquery, means 18,484 times. This is the value, 18,484 time subquery will execute, and comparison will happen for each row of outer query, means 18,484 time comparison will happen for each row, and whenever the condition will match, like customer key of customer table and fact internet sales customer key will match, and another condition, this one will be true, then the result database engine will return result for that particular customer key. Otherwise it will not return result for that customer key, and the loop will start for next customer key. So this is how a subquery work. I know this is little bit complex, and it's also hard for me to explain. Thank you.